This is the story of the 1911 Velie from South Dakota.
Jeez, I don't know how you're going to fit
It
in this
has
thing,
arrived.
man. I can hardly fit in.
You're going to say, you're going to have that.
The seat back. Go on diet, Howard.
Howard's going to be on a real
You're
diet.
on a diet.
Yeah, Howard's on a real diet.
No, it's a tight squeeze for me.
Now, is he going to be able to wear the same costume?
Don't know too much about that. Right here. Yeah, I see the strap on her.
Look at this spotlight in the front there, Doug.
I'll get some made. I know what they're all about.
Well,
These
that
brakes look
fits.
good. Hell, these brakes
That's a
look
parking
good.
Here's your,
No, but they...
It was on the trailer right there.
Yeah.
So Kenny was there, and Kenny said, okay, we put the parking brake and disconnect it. Put the parking brake on, we disconnected. Hey, guess what?
rolled right off the
There's
trailer.
no parking brakes?
Obviously, it don't work.
Oh,
Hey, this thing
wow.
hasn't moved in 35, 50 years.
How
You're
long do you
kidding.
say this business has been working? Ready?
He's got so much BS, you can't tell.
Well, I can
There's
tell
no
that over the
possible way of
phone.
knowing what's going on.
But it hasn't run in a long time.
Oh, there ain't anything
You
in
should
that
see
run.
the hurry what he's gone through to get this thing out of the place.
What's that?
Reduce. No chocolate bars for you.
A corset would help. Corset.
That's the parking brake.
Brake.
He's going to have to learn how to drive it.
And there's what, low and high, that's all?
Hey, he has a horn!
Look at this.
Huh?
Does it turn over? Let's hear it.
Does
Well,
it?
it does.
Well, you gotta have...
Connie, move out of the
engine
way.
does brake. That's what it looks like. Woo! Howard,
What?
I expected it to be a bigger car.
Yeah, it's just nice size.
I did sign a release. I did sign the.
Did you sign a receipt?
I did sign. Yeah, Larry and I both knew what we did take it. But you guys haven't got this insured, either one of you? Who's going to insure it in my shop? I'm not going to insure it in there.
It's all okay, I guess. He's
You're right,
not
it's
too
okay.
concerned about it. Was what, a fork truck you said?
This is a big John Deere 620.
We lifted this up on the trailer. We just set it on top of the trailer.
Unbelievable.
Huh.
Want to come inside until it gets here?
I can't believe you. What? I like the engine.
Kristen, push.
I can't. You got the brakes on.
Well, then you take the picture, Chris.
Brake on!
Is that wheel sliding?
No, it doesn't turn.
That wheel.
Here you go.
Who got the high gear? Go on. Is she coming off now? She's still sliding?
No, it's good. Good, turning good. Let's go again.
Ooh, and we're
Actually,
making
do a hard left-hand turn.
forward progress.
Turn the wheel, bud.
There, oh, that's better. Did you turn the hydraulics on? That's better.
Let me get a pair of gloves. I need a pair of gloves. Hey, get
They
some
need a pair of gloves.
You need a pair of glasses?
I didn't know they could.
Folks are probably the strongest place to pull it.
They're trying to put it down in. Gosh. Woo. And we're making progress.
John Deere.
Woo!
I think the bulk of it's good. Yeah, you're right.
This wheel isn't turning over here.
You don't like to go back.
We are turning.
Now what do you think?
But
Yeah.
not
Now
turning.
we power steering it back to the
Yeah, this turn.
Forward!
Wheel, bud.
Forward.
Which way? Turn the wheel uphill. Toward back.
I got push.
Turn. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Push.
Ready, push. Go, everybody. Yes. Oh,
I think your car's frozen.
and
Okay, now.
Turn it the other way, Doug. Try to break it off. Just get easy to turn.
Push.
we're gonna go back to there.
Good. Now we go back.
Ready?
Rolled off the trailer just fine, right?
This rear wheel just slides there.
Yes, the wheel isn't turning at all. That doesn't help.
Okay, whoa. Just for now. Okay, we gotta go back.
Okay, now in the basement part, we're kind of in the garage.
I turn this wheel, that's right.
Everybody's pushing with all of their force.
Might.
Okay, now we gotta straighten it up. Right a little bit.
Now they got straightened up to the right a little bit. Back another couple feet. Oh, just trying to do something.
Couple more feet.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I thought we'd do.
Gotta take this guy. Uh-oh.
Okay, start steering. To the right.
We are now going down and we're gonna
That's right.
pull it with his car or something.
Okay.
Which garage are you going into? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Video in.
Okay, hard right. Hard right.
Come down here first.
Hard right. Looking good.
Doing good.
You want me to get in the garage?
Well,
Good.
we need to make it in the
Good. Tell Kenny to turn left. He doesn't drive with my shovel. Okay. Come on. Otherwise, go through the tires.
shovel.
He can probably run this thing.
Hold on. Come on.
Yeah, you're okay.
No, you're okay.
All right, come on.
You're okay.
Unhook it.
Okay.
You're okay.
Unhook it, Jim.
Stop.
Unhook that one.
Let's
We're
take
in.
the sign. Thank
We're
you.
in. Okay, now, come on in.
Now you want to turn the wheel?
Crank it, crank it.
Hold it. Pick her up. Pick her up. Pick her up. Good. Hard left. A little more left. Let's get her back.
Well, they're actually going to make it inside the garage. Here we go.
Okay, look to the right. We're doing something. Okay, you just hit the
Yeah,
go to the rock
it
forward a little bit.
Ready?
Wait, you're not pushing it radiator. Oh, how good that is.
Don't push on the radiator.
Oh, that's
Turn that wheel a little bit, Doug.
83 years old.
Turn the
Where do you
wheel.
want to go?
Back. Back. Oh, we're looking good.
Hold that cover.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, where you at?
That's a little one, huh?
Okay, she's home.
Yeah!
Oh,
It's a better museum than the one where you got that from?
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. That's a minute, but I'll tell you, when you take us out of the museum
Okay,
at 10
you
below
want
zero, it's a different ball game. John Deere.
Oh, gee.
I took all your Hershey bar stuff over there. Hey, where's
Thank
your
you.
welding machine, Bob?
Is this the flattery?
There used to be in the corner over here.
Well, that's in the back room.
Holy mackerel.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Whoa.
A real piece of machinery, I'll tell you.
Where's
What's
your
the,
camera, Mom?
What's the gear down here?
I'll get it.
The camera froze up outside.
Starter one time?
Have you heard that camera?
No, I haven't been out this long in the cold weather.
I don't know what I got this. Yeah, this is, I got my old camera out, but my flash doesn't work too good. Okay.
The 50s from Art. Art
Oh, is
dropped
that
off
that
the
wrench that he gave you?
Yeah, Art's into it.
Let's have Art over here take a look at it, huh?
Oh yeah, he'll flip. 32 by 4.5. I'll call Coker. I'll have him on the way tomorrow.
6 of them.
32 by 4.5. I better mark that down. Sure we want a word tire? You gotta have a rolling chassis.
Needs 6 tires powered.
How's the speedo look?
6, Dad. Connected.
It's not connected.
Flywheel on it. Is that the flywheel? The red part?
That's got a big little motor in it, doesn't it?
35.
Big little motor,
They
yes.
have a neat looking engine.
Yeah, 32 by
That's
4.
a big.
Yeah.
Isn't that a big?
4.5?
That's the ignition
That's
system.
4.5?
That battery is so
You need to photograph some of the stuff so you know how it goes back together.
This is a Hollow Tight Tire Company of Newark, Ohio.
What's the name of it?
You already wrote that down?
No, retire?
Hollow Tight? Hollow Tight Tire Company of Newark, Ohio.
Doesn't need a new belt.
Bill did a lot of new things.
Boy, the radiator is like new.
H-O-L-O-T-I-T.
Well, I have a feeling this is going to be its home for a few months.
That's a D.
I'm trying to figure out where the carburetor
I
is.
didn't see a little
I still
car.
haven't heard of it. There is no carburetor.
Go.
Gee!
Doug,
Doug,
Go Sergeant there, huh? We're gonna put that guy on a diet. Get down to 1 hamburger. Or just come and restore it. We're just checking out his service and parts.
What year?
34.
What?
Little Ford tow truck.
Mom,
Dual cruiser. Of course. I mean, there's trucks in there.
freezing.
There's dash quads and
There's some new tires, Tyler.
tractors. I mean, there's more tractors in the barn, different ones that you had down here at Kennedy. Different
Is that right? More than that?
More maintenance. I mean, you know, they had 50 John Deere,
Yeah.
so he's only got.
We're gonna add another line to this map.
Nancy Harris, and Altman Taylors, and Sampsons. They're all in an open barn, one size each.
That's unbelievable. I just, you know.
Take them up trucks. I think there was.
Do you have the speedometer?
Yeah. Well, I think Pop's thinking about pulling this engine. You got her pretty well chained up.
Stop me from making the gear, but it'll stop me from making the end cap that goes on there.
Well, you know what? We need to build the threaded end to go butt up to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motor's swinging.
Okay.
What is ordered?
There's Bob.
You want to take this with you too?
Look at that engine.
Ooh, boy, what an engine, huh? That looks like a boat anchor, don't it?
Yep.
Good. All right. We'll have to work together.
Call it a boat anchor.
Don't even
What do you want me to do here?
I watch. He's up against Roseburg. And I filled that about June. And of course, I don't run it unless somebody's around here because temperatures don't bother us old farmers. I mean, I like come over here at 50 or 45 and work all day. I think nothing of it. But it does take the chill off.
You ought to work on my cellar. There's been a gal who moved in the bottom apartment, and her heat run through one of my rooms, and suddenly I'm in there, it's 91 on.
Well, here we go on our annual pilgrimaging to West Falls Machine. And Bob's got the motor in the back of the truck. Looks like the Velie motor.
Here you go.
There's Bob over there.
Ass is late again.
Are you ready to go on your annual pilgrimaging to West Falls Machine?
We are.
Get her down toward the ground before we drop her. Stay right there a minute.
Well, it ought to look different in a couple months. Well, let's video this new Dodge.
This magic moment.
Come over the spark plug.
And this is a light
TBI.
They got a heavier duty alternator.
There's four injectors there,
It's
Kenny.
fanatic with this stuff.
Look at that, you got air
I think I can
hole
get
where the
it.
TBI was, and four injectors.
It's got a fuel injection hole and big deal on it up on top.
Well, no, here's the fuel injections right here. And then they got an air valve here where the TBI usually sat. Christ, they got a coil down here in the airstream. Look at this, huh?
Hey! General Motors.
I've been here before, remember?
Oh.
Looks nice.
Shit.
You want to move it? Put my chain on?
Sure.
Good. Those old suckers.
Gotta have
That is some modern.
it. Go.
Put that in there, okay. Probably could run some.
Yeah, I was wondering what you're gonna do down there. I keep looking at that other engine over there to see.
You never quit. What'd you say this motor is? A 1910 Stearns?
Pardon me?
This is a 1910 Stearns, you said?
Oh, she's a real engine.
It's all apart? Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Or 14.
There's another one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the priming cups on that one.
And this is a 19... What year is this underslung?
That's a 10.
That's a 10 undersling?
Yeah.
Who shined up all the brass?
Well, I think the owner did. I could be wrong.
Did you guys do it?
No. I haven't done anything good. Just sitting there.
What's it here
Keep it
for?
like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the last guy couldn't fix it, right?
Well, I think so.
What do you think, Bob? Hey! How much is it? He won't buy it. It's too much money for him. He wants everything for nothing.
There's a guy coming out of the driveway. He's got a railroad crossing back there.
He's bringing a new one out for you on the trailer, Bob.
Here comes another one.
You better drive back in there and see him. He's got another one on the trailer back there.
I need a snow bucket.
That one's got a bucket on it. The Velie. The 1911 supposed Velie. Nice and nice and it's a challenge. The motor isn't strong enough. You
Well, you can kill it.
Oh, in a second. I mean, you barely put anything against it and it's dead.
Yeah, that's supposed to generate heat.
Well, it didn't generate any heat because you can't get it going fast.
Yeah. He's an oldie. Maybe
But
he
you
needs to
see
be rewound.
this?
Maybe he needs to be rewound. Somebody's been in your potty and somebody's got a kitty in here. Working there. Upside. Pretty whooped there.
But this is all coated. That is not coated. And that's not. No, there's some coating there.
You just try buffing it off.
It won't come off. You cannot buff it off. You need to use this stripper that I told you to get it off.
What is it?
Aviation stripper is what I use.
What is the coating?
Oh, it's
Probably urethane or something.
powerful, whatever it is. The lacquer center should pull that, but it doesn't.
Well, only if it's lacquer. The lacquer's very nice because you can put it on and take it back off.
Well, anyways, what I'm going to do, Bob. What? I got a tank.
You got a tank out there?
Got it with me. Can I be up here?
Sure, you don't want the steering column any shorter. That's up there. That's up there about 3 inches.
You get any more?
Put the steering up and put the seat back.
What do you want more for?
Good seat up.
Won't be racy type stuff.
Oh yeah, that picture shows it up there pretty good.
You get the angle out.
So look at it.
The whole car is all racy, and then she is steering with straight up.
What do you think? I think before we move these back, we gotta bring this up higher. If you think you can get away with it.
Oh, you probably get there.
All right, you're running out of room inside the frame, aren't
Well, I
you?
just blew a hole in the torch, that's all.
Hmm?
Yeah, fuck it
These
off.
are the goggles.
Connie thinks
I don't know what
they look
size
terrible.
it's on there.
No, you need your lenses, she says. You gotta put your prescription in there.
Yeah, I think you need to put your prescription.
What size do you think it
Oh
is?
my. You look kind
Like
of
a
scary.
Bad, I mean, but you can put parts on it. Sometimes you try to move it, get it out.
Here's the lighting, Bob.
It is so painful that I either gonna pass out or
There.
it's
Bob
that
says he wants
gorgeous.
all the good spots on the car.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I can't wait to see this when it's all done.
Bob says we're lighting these things every night. at
Well,
the
yeah, I mean, that
Park
was nice.
Bay.
Huh?
Oh,
Why,
yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have that.
When we get to the Park May, we have to turn these on.
Geez, that's all there is to it, is setting them in like that and,
Man, you run those things down the road, they're gonna bounce right
oh,
off.
I see the oils in the bottom of them.
Man, those things are really gonna light up the sky.
Dad, they're gonna tarnish.
See the tail light?
Took them out of the bag. Uh-oh.
Pretty. Look at you.
Honey, you're in the way.
Look at them suckers. Thick, huh? Whoa. Boy, you can look how you can read with them suckers.
Get behind the wheel, Howard.
Huh?
Get behind the wheel.
No.
Can
Aren't they nice?
Yeah.
Look at the red. The red's.
I don't have your money, or I don't want to throw it.
Yeah, right.
Honey, should I go inside these rims? Or not?
What?
Should I do inside the rims?
Sure.
Right here. I don't want to take off any ambience.
Clean, Suzanne?
Yeah, let's go right ahead.
Good and clean?
Yeah.
The wheel rim is clean.
Here's stuff going around.
You're not gonna try to clean this whole thing, are you?
Yeah, Kristen will work on that.
How's that one coming, Suzanne?
Oh, this is great.
Almost done?
I'm waiting for it to dry. Big scrub truck.
Look at that filthy pup.
It's oiled the clean spot.
Yeah, that's been in there a while.
Nice oil.
Paper towel. Excuse
Excuse me.
Just see this, Howard.
What's the ratio?
Well, you get your fingers in there, count it.
Man, that's like almost paint.
Oh, that's worse than that. Look at that.
You ever see anything that thick?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get the rear wheels to turn in the museum.
Frozen. Well, it's well lubricated.
Finally, she's in the picture.
I am working. I'm not just the photographer.
We're gonna sit down the road.
Having fun?
Getting all the mud off of here. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun.
What? See how dirty your water is.
No,
This would be a nice one, though.
Turn it off.
Oh, she's great.
oh, I don't want to be like that. Everybody else knows.
You own this one. I think Connie would like this.
Now, where are these mats?
The mats for by the driver and navigator.
Oh, I'll go take a look.
I think. Okay, what do I do next? I got
I'm getting feeling
Big thing.
Goes up morning, see her? She's the cousin of my senior class.
Is that right?
89. Oh, she's a man.
Is that right?
She drives her parents nuts.
Who is that?
And she still keeps in contact, like she'll know that you're coming through?
Oh yeah, Christmas cards. There's a whole bunch of them that do.
Geez, you must have quite a list.
He has his favorites, that's for sure.
Oh, and especially.
Oh my gosh. My hair's standing on my end. Oh, this is more fun. I love something
Like a little
dirty.
tinker toy.
Yeah, I love something dirty.
Just like yours.
Oh, you're right. Wrong color.
It's a little shorter.
Kristen, did you get that white
Come
top?
in from 94 decided.
It
I
shines.
forgot.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump down. You won't forget, hon.
94 for what?
Well, this is a big year for bills, right? It's 94. You engrave it right in here, right?
What's Jan doing?
Oh, I'm getting razor stripes.
I'm getting the first layer of dirt off, and then Connie comes through and really shines it.
What's the name of this outfit?
Oh, I see
White
an area
Ghost
I've
Racing?
forgotten.
Lead foot.
You like White Ghost Racing?
Man, but that looks good, Dad. I'm
You open the car.
And then when you go back to the
Let me polish it all the way first.
Okay, this is after our first work duty. Got those rims cleaned up pretty good. And he worked on all the white, got all the dirt off. Lots of dirt.
We don't want to shoot the shed till I get the polish
New
right.
tire on.
Ideal for furniture, cabinets, floors, paneling, doors,
This all
decks.
torn apart. A little gooey.
I missed cleaning this. Sorry about that, Bob. I'm going to work on this piece dirty.
Lots cleaner now.
Oh, what's this interior on it?
Well, this is our winning car. 1994 Buick Roadmaster.
How's that look?
Nice.
Why don't you park it back in there, Jan?
Okay.
You want to drive it in?
No, I don't want to drive it.
You want to drive it? Huh?
Piece of chalk. About 3/4 of a turn. That's one turn.
I think it's a 12 to 52. Now you divide 12 into 52. Now do it one more time. Do it slowly like that. Go.
Got
1,
a pin on it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
This is Chris and Bob.
That would be it right there.
It's 12. You want then
Well, 12 into 52 is like you said.
Here we
Camera's
are.
on. You know, no more of those.
March 16th.
All I want to tell you is,
No more of those F words and B words.
She's looking good. It is gonna look like a Cadillac when she's done.
Beautiful. Definitely. We're not going to paint this all up because we don't own it. We do it pretty well.
Oh dear.
Things don't change in your family, do they? We always keep to our plan. Right on.
Right on.
Right on.
The motor's still in Buffalo. The fenders are in the living room. The brass is in the living room.
You allow
The
that.
hood is in the living room.
You allow that.
I'm waiting to bring it over here, Bob.
Oh, I don't believe you allow him to pull it. Is that easy? I think that would be a real bargaining chip.
Is it fitting?
Mr. Delger,
Yeah,
you got a problem here we got to work on. You got to help me out
you
here.
sure have.
How about getting your welder out and fixing this thing up for me real quick?
Why is it got to be done real quick?
Because I want to put this floor, once I got to drill it up.
What do you got for a problem now?
Well, I want this board to sit down flat with bolts in the way.
Which bolt? What's a speed bolt?
Okay, fine.
Or look at that junkyard underneath here. You want this old Velie board underneath here?
Yeah!
You do.
No, that's part of the M-bands, man. No, we can clean it all up. Hotter than cups of hell in there. You okay there, Pop?
I don't know yet.
What do you need? Anything? trying to
$1
pull,
million.
trying to pull that pin.
Yeah, it's all frozen up, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Due to the fact I need some help here in a minute. Up on there, get a strong back to be fine.
Well, here we have a steering wheel being put back together.
Okay.
Where can
Yeah, that could be fixed. Solid. Because that, if you got a 3 foot foot almost there, 20 inches. Well,
I don't understand what the hell makes this thing. I don't know. Where the hell does that thing shift over?
right here, this, you haven't got a nut on here. You can't shift it here. You haven't got a nut on there. This goes back and forth. You gotta fasten this down. If you look down in there, this fork.
Don's been working on the brake system here.
Okay, that's moving back and forth. Here, moving them back. What do we got here? How come she's fixed up all of a sudden? She's firm. You're wedged and you must be cocked. You knocked out the grill and everything pushing?
Well,
Ooh, knocked the light screw out? Oh boy. More fun, huh?
How many times I've had this thing apart? Too many.
like you said last year, better
Too
to
many.
do all these fixings now.
We got a document.
Look at that ring here, so damn nice in there. Look at that sucker. Wow.
The engine's back.
Isn't that nice?
Back, right.
Looks
It's got a lot of timing marks on it, Bob.
Looks a little different from when it left.
Huh?
I'm gonna need that.
There's like timing marks all the way around the damn thing.
Now all we have to do is get it in.
Where does the, see this clutch, right, it doesn't really touch anything, does it?
Doesn't go in there.
Kind of hangs out on the end. Nice pulley they made for the front.
Oh, yeah. Need for that.
Well, I don't even want to see the number on that baby. Woo!
Pretty nice.
See, I didn't set it all.
Let me look at this tubing work. New shafts.
Pretty nice, huh?
Oh, it's a well drain hole. Move it easy. Move away easy. That way. There you go. Away from the drain hole. The drain hole like you have to go up to it. Believe it or not, this was measured to make sure it goes through.
Today or?
A long time I built that hole. That hole wasn't there until 1978 or 9.
What about this hole over here? This is a big problem.
I gotta turn it around. I wanna come in over the top of here.
Explain.
Come in, right straight in here. See those
You
stands?
want to come in?
Up and over the side here.
See these stands are in the way.
You want to turn it around.
Otherwise it's not.
Just hang on a second. Why don't we get this thing lined up here?
Now, why don't you get your big sign Velie? Bring this thing back. Get your big sign Velie on there. We'll get some instant photography on here, all right? So,
What?
Velie! Da 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 da!
Why? Whoa, whoa.
turn around.
We need to come up a ways, Bob. Now, what are we going to do now? It's high enough, I think. No. Go ahead. The jack stand's gonna be in your way, right?
Let's swing her around and see where she's gonna be. I think we gotta go on the other side of that. See what I mean? See what I mean? I gotta get on the back side of the jack stand. Right.
Slide her out easy then and slide her back in.
Pull towards you. Pull. Pull. There's a caster.
There you go.
Now. Try to go easy. Come close to linkage. Put that linkage on.
You need to watch your light bulb on your lights, number one. But you need to get your ass.
Now that linkage shit. Little more. The old jack stands weren't there. I took it out. Okay. Come my way a little bit.
Okay, now here.
We're up against linkage.
You can go in now. You just be careful. Don't care much for this operation.
Oh, this is nothing.
I just don't like it. Thank you.
You're an old.
I've,
You ought to see them put in real car engine.
okay, well, that's good.
The whole thing is
I'm
all
glad to hear that. Just kind of maybe let it down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hold it. Okay. Does this motor fit between the frame?
It's better.
No.
Better.
That trim truck is nearby again.
We're rubbing over here big time.
You running over there?
Okay, well, let her down a squeeze if you want. You gotta get this system down below the frame. I can handle some more back down if we can.
Doing her thing.
All right, now we're on the front. Now we're sitting on the front. Oh, she's getting heavy.
It's going down.
Round up a little bit. You're right against the,
Okay, I gotta take this grease fitting out of here.
that's not in our way.
It's gonna be when I go straight back, I gotta go up. You're locked in. Yeah, open it, cut it.
Fasten the way. I've got a screwdriver. Vice grip right there? You can go get a vice grip. I'll put it on the floor.
Right here. Huh?
I get this out of the way. Now,
Gotta go towards you.
well, yeah, go ahead. I'm over as far as I can go.
Oh, you're in already.
Are you in? Well, the only way we're gonna get in is to pull this. Because this deal is hitting this trim piece.
Front axle in. Things hooked up here. I think she's gonna be ready.
It's getting closer.
Getting there.
goes to the radiator, so we
See?
need that radiator. Gotta start trimming some of these hoses so they fit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gee, it's a beautiful color here, man.
Oh,
Replace the brass one that busted.
amazing. There's Suzanne. Ice skating accident last night. No broken bones though. She'll survive. She'll be on the race.
Yeah.
Hobbling around.
Oh, yeah, the thermostat's
Nothing there. Have the wheels mounted on the back here.
thermostat looks like this.
Whoa, I like the license plate. Oh, I didn't see that.
You've really got to get directly behind the car to see those. Well, the bottom one comes off. I guess that the interstate battery plate was on there. How that brought that over.
We got some insights we put in this, and then that goes back in after it's painted. Very nice.
Well, it's getting there.
It is. It better be. It has to be.
I'll get ready to fire it up one of these days.
Oh, I hope I'm here for that.
Well,
Should have brought some. Now we're starting to see some names. What's that saying right there?
the name?
Made in New Haven, Connecticut. Got the name up on the radiator now.
You're kidding.
It's coming.
Oversick Company, Haven?
That's who made it.
Something or other.
Use that brush finish.
Okay, now it's ready for the polish.
See, they want this in black and they want this in brush.
And ready for going back in the car.
The city is in black, which is square letters. Look at the difference in those buckets. I brought them over to show you.
What?
There's the Dodge.
Oh, that's the Dodge. Oh, yeah.
Look at the difference in the size here, suckers. Is that something or what? Look at the freaking diameter. I was digging around the garage here and I said,
Did you see the calendar in the wall there of your brother-in-law's tractor? There's a calendar there with it.
Case?
Yeah, that's a smaller engine than this one.
It's huger though.
What?
He's a good tune-up job.
Oh my goodness. Ay, ay. Oh. Whoa.
We're just playing with it.
Yeah.
Ah!
Phew.
We've got to work on that carburetor and tune it up yet.
I guess so.
She's just beginning to run.
That's being televised.
Yeah, you know, it's really making.
I'm not aggravating him, he's aggravating me all the time.
Here we
Gives me
are.
a heartburn.
Wrong color.
It's looking better.
Sure is. Inside, especially get the running board and everything out of it.
Yeah.
Don't you put runs on my flagpole.
Oh,
Only
funny.
one I know is not a half-inch hunk of pipe for the flagpole. Is that heavy enough?
Wow.
Well, we don't have a carburetor on it, but it's there.
No carburetor?
No
He
carburetor.
wants the flag up the back end of it.
Oh, I got it.
That doesn't look cute. Isn't there a picture out here with a car going on the road with a flag? It's kind of cute.
Flag in the back.
On
Whose car?
just any car?
Whose car had the big flag hanging at the top one?
Yeah.
I had to agree with it. I have to agree with one of your ideas. That one.
Get a yearbook.
Well, here she is. Laid to rest until next year. And good old Lily Bud. She's going again.
Oh, that's Velie.
That's Velie. John breaks.
Obviously, he doesn't want me to.
Heavy winner. Chalk. Where's your chalk? Where's your chalk? Should say gold medal winner, shouldn't it? 1994.
Stand over here.
19.
Okay. Your caretaker.
You're worried about the grade.
I wrote Bob.
Is it called?
Oh, yeah.
They got those.
I've aggravated Bob.
You
I've aggravated Bob.
What's a donut?
Carry play. I mean, he doesn't, he gets aggravated, but he's very funny.
But. God, yeah. The neighbor said he's the oldest kid I know. What 1 year he is. Put her next to Howie Baumer, you know. The guy that walked the big dog.
I'm gonna write Kristen,
It's hard to get an artist man. Oh,
so nobody can see it.
I mean, one day he's fantastic, next day he's off the wall. Oh.
The takeoff. It's really 8:20. Bye. Bye. Be safe. Good luck.
Fairport, New York. North Carolina. A 1929 Dodge. Let me hear it for the gas. All right, how you doing? You got a minute and 43 seconds. Thank you, Hal. You guys did a good job. I always glad to have you out here on the street with us. Looking great. Right, all right. Howard was the Buick Sportsman winner in last year's race. That's right. They won a brand new Buick Roadmaster last year. They're up to 1991. California.
A little ride. Got her running. Bob's got it. He's pushing it the rest of the way. And here we are at the gas pump.
The first time we ran out.
First time we ran out and first time we filled up.
First time we ran out, first time we went out. He's bone dry.
Yeah. We ran out right there. Posted her right in.
Bring a charge card with you?
As a matter of fact, no. I don't have any money.
I'll tell you one thing, Dave Dreisler, you got yourself one hell of a car when you ever do get it back.
think I hear her coming. The white ghost. There she comes. Oh my goodness, look at that front wheel.
Where's the brake on it? Hey, why'd you put it all the way on in a half on?
Well, I'll try.
Hey, Curtis, how was it?
Bring her back, keep on going.
I'm gonna have to have coffee with some of these tapes.
So you got front up, high front. Still good.
Freckles!
I thought it got higher. Yeah. Just run those screws back in. Yes. It's gonna hurt time by the door. Yes, I can. Okay. I'll go for a ride, Jan?
Yeah.
Go for it, Chris. Alright, we're gonna do a short one. We're gonna overheat. We're not gonna be able to run. We're gonna overheat. Well, it's gonna make for a while.
Doesn't it, Chris?
Have fun!
This is a beautiful
Rosebud? You like it?
Your hair now really looks good. Her hair looks good now.
Oh, that's so much fun. Comes Howard and Suzanne.
spare for quick.
Hey,
Let's put the cover on
back.
this thing, Donna.
Got a new cover, the black. What do you call that? A mini cover?
Where?
Got the doors on it. Pretty neat.
Okay, let's.
Now she's all. That's how she's gonna look. So nobody can see what's over there.
Hanging out the bottom.
This is June 6th. So hopefully we're ready to go. A lot of hard work here. Got the fan working. I'm gonna shut it off just to cool down a bit.
I'm gonna get my camera.
One last check here. Everything's looking good.
That's quite a vehicle.
I like that for a set of buckets.
Got our fancy horns on.
Yeah, 2 plugs per
All
cylinder.
the extras.
Fire it on the bag.
Toolbox bolted down. Not much room for storage here.
That tilt press carburetor still on. I mean, it's kind of running what's there, you know. It works.
Couple of seats.
If it keeps on
The
running.
gas tank. The trunk.
Hopefully it keeps plucking along there, huh?
If you don't hammer on it, it ought to be okay. You know, I mean, when it's hard beating.
Another box.
Well, the overdrive is a transmission from a Studebaker. In other words, we have the actual tail shaft and everything of the tranny. And we cut off the front of the tranny and put a Borg-Warner overdrive on the front of it. Okay? And then came out of the transmission or out of the overdrive with a spindle and put a U-joint on it and put the U-joint to the old original hookup to the front end of the transmission. And then coming out the end of the tail shaft, we splined that so it can slip back and forth and put another universal on there and splined it right to the back of the car. So, and then that thing's just hanging in there. And then we just got a re-support on it like this to keep from spinning. So it can't go around. Just holding it off and just running right straight through it.
There's a Borg-Warner overdrive.
Yeah.
Put in there.
It's a Borg-Warner overdrive.
What mini for that?
See it, it's right here. If you want to get a kind of an idea of what we did. Oops.
They like to look at everything. Thank you, Dave.
Stand there by it. How
Pretty clever.
Stand there by it. I'll get you.
Let me close this down.
Doug's taking the kids for a ride.
How'd you get out down there?
The driver did nothing. That looks familiar. That looks very
Is that a water bag or a wine bag?
Oh, water.
Oops, excuse me.
We have two,
bag on the front.
we have 2 radiator caps. We have this one here that came with a car. And then we have this one here. A bicycle? It's a bicycle because I'm in the bicycle business. Made by Mr. Gooley.
Your wife missed that coat hanger yet?
And anyways, we're going to thread it on here.
If you'll notice, Howard has spent his whole life chasing a 10-point buck. So I've decided I'd give him a 10-point buck for a set of handlebars.
And on the back it has my little motto that says life goes on, right here.
South Dakota plate.
There's Terry. Hi, Terry. Hi, honey.
That's wonderful. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Hey Terry, how you doing?
Dan, what are you filming us for? You just get the newsreel at 11.
No.
Oh, 8 o'clock.
That's one of my dad. My dad parked on the side. My dad parked on the side.
You tried to talk me into going down there, but I didn't go down there.
Yeah, it does.
Not that?
Old face.
Hi.
Bonding means that you've got to take your again with and it's got to be sterile clean.
Probably 20 after 8. We have desserts. We need to shift some desserts on the half of the table.
Hey, Ron!
Take a picture. Oh, it's okay.
Put it in high gear.
Please take it easy.
Going on.
Significant major contributors to the Velie.
48, that is 48 years today. And Peter was at
I was at their wedding.
Let's all get my thing here. Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary, dear Mary. Happy anniversary to you.
Oh my God. Hey, our
Another dessert. Another cake.
Did you see Jan's mother, the cake she made? The strawberries and the blueberries?
Still going.
Yeah, I took it.
All gas and bedtime and he's still
I just snuck
partying.
in a little while ago.
Yo, he's got it in his eyebrows.
She's got watermelon all
Committee.
Yo, he put the watermelon totally up to his freaking forehead. I only got it up to my eyes.
But they got the tables down. Almost.
Almost.
I don't like watermelon. A successful party.
I hope to drive to Mexico City, which might be an extreme challenge when you see it.
She's tough.
With that, Howard Sharp unveiled the 1911 Velie he'll drive next week in the Great American Race. It's the 5th year the Fairport resident has raced in this event, winning it all in 1993.
That vehicle, it drives you. You don't drive it. The attendance level it has to be really extremely strong with that vehicle, because if you aren't careful, it's going to put you where it wants it to go. And that's a little scary on terms driving a 1911 at 52.5 miles an hour. It's pretty critical.
Howard had 3 others on his team to get this car ready for the race from Ottawa to Mexico City. It took 18 months to restore what is the oldest vehicle entered.
Well, its age was against it. It was in pretty poor shape, and we had an awful lot of work to do. Transmission is the only thing we didn't rebuild. The engine, the rear end, the wheels, everything had to be redone.
I did carburation on it. I did all the electrical on it. When we got the car, we had no lights on it, no electrical system, no starter system. We had a wire for starter, we had a wire for lights, we had a wire for distributor, magneto, a little of everything.
You can't buy parts for a 1911 Velie. These guys had to make their own.
Well, basically, you had to start with analyzing what modern materials that would replicate the antique part. Then secondly, you would have to analyze what the bearings fits had to be, what the threads had to be, long before threads were standardized. And that became a real challenge. To be able to then have something that's going to last, at least for the duration of the tour.
But the 18 months of hard work is well worth it when the finished product is ready to roll.
To bring back the heritage of these vehicles and show these vehicles to the USA, and it's a real red, white, and blue, real hands-on, mom and dad type of thing. It's a real thrill to come into a city and they go, you know, I mean, people just melt over the car. I mean, it's a pride thing, I guess, is what it really boils down to.
I'm Mike Hedin for Access Sports.
With the 1911 Velie, enter that in the Extreme Games on ESPN2.
They've got a real good chance of being our team of the year, I think, just because of the unusualness of that.
I guess we're now committed to doing this, aren't we?
Yes,
with the big trophy that we talked about before, that'll rival the Super Bowl.
Maybe that car we could give away. What do you think?
Well, I don't think they'd go for it.
Nah, I don't think so.
Background on the Velie, if you never heard of it, there's a reason. They only made it for 3 years, and Michael tells us that the owner of the company sold to the person that developed the John Deere company, so technically that's the ancestor of It Runs Like a Deer. There you go, if anyone ever asked.
That's right. You know, the interesting thing about those cars, I don't care where you are or whatever, when they're...
Is the 1995 Great North American Race. Flashback 12 years to the summer of '83. 2 crazy entrepreneurs challenge antique car collectors with the Great American Race, a $250,000, 2,800-mile rally race from Los Angeles to the Indy 500.
It never had been done, and we weren't even sure it was legal.
I guess the thing I remember most about the first race was making it every night. I mean, Tom and I would see each other in the hall or wherever we were private, and we'd go, we made it another day, can you believe it?
I called the Indy track and asked about finishing on the track on Friday, just before the 500, and they thought that was a really funny idea. In fact, they thought it was hilarious.
It had never been done. It was the first.
Over 100 antique cars, Tony Curtis starting us off. I mean, it was exciting.
It was just one big whoopee time.
He asked me, can you navigate? Oh, absolutely, no problem. Well, I'd never been in a rally in my life.
'83 was chaotic, bordering at times on mutiny. 6 days and 2,000 miles into the stripe-torn event, McRae and company rolled into Boonville, Missouri, where salvation awaited.
And on the signs, the telephone poles, there were little posters the kids had done. Welcome, Great Racers. And we turned the corner on the main street, and they had American flags just lining that street. And they had this big banner over the street that said, Welcome, Great Racers. And the racers were heroes. and my problems all went away. We rolled into Indianapolis, and the police, assistant police chief that told me not to come to Indy was waiting on us, had 30-something motorcycle police and national champion drill team there. Boom, here we go to the Indy track.
We had completed the first real ever Great American Race.
Each successive race has followed a different route, taking automotive art out of the garages and museums and putting them on America's roads for millions of fans. Hundreds of great racers have answered the call to adventure in a timeless celebration of our automotive heritage. From a yellow brick road in Salina, Kansas, to a parade down Broadway in New York City. From the Mojave Desert to Washington, D.C. From Farmington, New Mexico to Disneyland and Disney World. From Mount Rushmore to the Great Smoky Mountains. America unfolds on the edge of the horizon. But now the stakes have been raised. Welcome to the 1995 Interstate Batteries Great North American Race. From Ottawa, Canada to Mexico City, Mexico. A 4,500-mile adventure into the heart of the unknown. The point of departure is Canada's capital, Ottawa.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Seward. Heaven only knows what's in store for the great racers over the next 14 days. You know, the race has stood the test of time on U.S. soil, but now, man and machine, well, we're taking off from the Great North, heading south on a brave new journey.
The great race does not go to the swift, but to those who keep on running. 50 to 80-year-old machines, no modern suspension, power, or air. Competitors repair flats, rebuild transmissions, and overhaul engines. After 10 to 14-hour race days, into the night pit sessions steal precious rest.
Now, here's an added wrinkle. They have to pay to be part of this. Some would call that crazy, but there are incentives. Sure, a purse of $250,000 and thousands of fans cheering you on at each stop can't hurt. But more to the point, well, there's something very special about knowing that you've survived one of the toughest events in all of motorsport.
Stage 1, Leg 1. Teams head for the first-time leg of competition, beginning at a road sign 15 miles outside of Ottawa.
The cars go on the clock at 1-minute intervals. Now, the key to staying on time rests in the driver and the navigator's ability to follow these precise course instructions.
Course instructions are laid out in a simple, easy-to-learn language of symbols. The course master has mapped out a route from Canada to Mexico using an onboard computer to calculate perfect driving times for each leg. Teams must execute all maneuvers perfectly to match the computer-generated times. A perfect score is 0, a Carrel ace.
30 miles an hour.
That's the sign. Come down to 25 at the sign.
Here's the checkpoint here. Give me a mark.
There's the signs. Come down to 35, split it.
Teams are timed at undisclosed locations. Like the first secret checkpoint here, 43 miles outside of Ottawa. Each second they are early or late is tally. Lowest tally at the end of the day wins. And remember, there's over 100 secret checkpoints between here and Mexico City.
Stages 1 through 12, Ottawa to San Luis Potosí, Mexico, are qualifying stages. Each team's 2 best stage scores will be added to Stage 13, from Jalpan to Querétaro to determine the champions in 2 divisions. Interstate Batteries posts $100,000 for Championship Division, and Buick sponsors a $100,000 Sportsman Division for novices, giving away a 1996 Buick Riviera to the winner. To round out the $250,000 purse, MBNA posts $25,000 for rookie class, and Carrel puts up $8,000 for most zero-leg scores, known as Carrel Aces. We'll be back with all the action from Stage 1 along beautiful Lake Ontario to a big welcome in Toronto. The Interstate Batteries Great North American Race is brought to you by Interstate Batteries, fresh power guaranteed. By Buick and your local dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America. By Carrel, the world leader in graphics and CD-ROM technology. And by the Great Race Automotive Hall of Fame, Granbury, Texas, where legends live forever. Stage 1 runs from Ottawa along beautiful Lake Ontario to Toronto.
You're going to go up to 45. Tell me when you're halfway there. I got to start a count. Stay at 20 until we come to a stop at a railway track. It's down to 0, back to 40 with a 15-second hole.
Here is a rookie team that won't have to worry about a speeding ticket. The 41 Chevrolet two-door coupe, a commissioned patrol car, is a lasting tribute to the Ontario Provincial Police.
The car itself is in fact a genuine police car. It's registered to the Ontario Provincial Police. It may be used as a police car even today. We're prepared to do work on the highway today if it was required.
The driver is a sergeant. The navigator is a senior constable. And neither has any formal training for what's in store.
I think we'll be just fine. We understand when to back off, we understand when to move ahead, when to offer advice, when to keep our mouths shut, and I think it'll work just fine.
And we know who's the sergeant and who's the constable.
Their sponsor, the Corel Corporation, a software publisher headquartered in Ottawa, is bringing the great race to the information highway.
To celebrate this year's race, we have developed and published a CD-ROM entitled The Great North American Race. The marriage of high-tech to older material makes great sense because it means objects of our past can be stored and viewed for years and years to come and enjoyed by all ages.
Here, come Mary, roll it on in here, sponsored by Corel. They're going with us all the way to Mexico City.
If we can finish the race, if we can represent the force, the province of Ontario, the country of Canada, and Corel Corporation and do a good job, we'll be happy, and we hope everyone will be happy with us.
In Championship Division, 6 seconds wins Stage 1. Was it old man's wisdom or rookie luck? Stan Jones' decision to replace his son Greg with grandson Dylan pays a quick dividend.
He said, I'd like to win this. And now, and then after he found out he won, he says, this is not so hard, huh, Grandpa? You just follow the rules and stay on course. So we'll see what he does tomorrow, though.
The world's best are here to vie for the Championship Division crown. In the 16 Hudson Racer, 3-time champions Dick Burdick and Wayne Bell have run all 13 races and finished 3rd last year. Frank Curry, a 10-year veteran, won with his son Raymond in '91 and will try for gold with son John in '95. Driver Curtis Graff was the first entrant 13 years ago. Navigator Bruce Gazan is a 10-year vet. Newt Withers was one half of the winning team in '94. The other half, Navigator Wayne Stanfield, is gone, replaced by Dick Eckelbarger, a 3-time winner who, ironically enough, won the first straight race in 1983. Wayne Stanfield, a 2-time champion navigator, is chasing a new dream, a solo effort. Most think it impossible to be competitive. Stanfield has their attention, scoring 8 seconds on the Pennzoil 36 Harley-Davidson.
I didn't know for sure until yesterday that I could even do it. And today, this is the best score I think I ever got without a factor, and it's unbelievable.
The best in the world have been had by an old guy, a greenhorn, and a wild man on a hog. Stage 2, from Toronto past the grandeur of Niagara Falls over the U.S. border into Buffalo, Elmira, and a Binghamton, New York finish.
Go as soon as possible. Okay, you're going to 45 miles an hour. Take me back to 50. Give me a nice smooth acceleration and we'll have no problem.
After winning Buick Sportsman class in 1993, Howard Sharp set his sights on running the oldest car in the race.
It's called the Velie Famous 40, and it was 65 miles an hour out of the box. And the car was designed right in the sales brochure. It says, for the guy who doesn't want to eat anybody else's dust.
The Pioneer Auto Museum in South Dakota offered the 1911 Velie to Sharp free of charge if he would restore and run it.
When I saw the brass on this car, and this thing was like no charge out the door, it was kind of a one-way street. It was going home. Win, lose, or draw.
The car was shipped to Fairport, New York, and an 18-month labor of love began. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, friends and family stripped and rebuilt the Velie.
This vehicle hadn't been driven in 40 years. It had been sitting in this museum, and in taking the car apart, we had to just go further and further and further. We had trouble with the engine. The head has been cracked on it and been welded. But just to show this car to 3 different countries, to me, is a large thrill of my life to do that.
Here comes the old start to this, the 1911 Velie. Let's hear it for these guys. Kurt Lipisak, Howard Sharp, just did 16 seconds.
The Desert Fox, Bill Monahan, and Tom Kucera win championship in a factory supercharged 36 Graham.
I think in this field it is very wide open. We have as good a chance as anyone else the way that it's formatted this year. I think it's going to be very exciting down towards the end because there are going to be so many teams that are going to be in contention to take the money this time around.
Coming up, a special treat for the open racers, reliving the glory on a dirt track in York, Pennsylvania. The 16 Hudson is unyielding, proving ever so nimble through the endless Pennsylvania hills. As hard as she tries, the 12 Olds only gains 1 second. And the 16 Hudson wins by 2 seconds.
We had a great time. There was a lot of hills and valleys and slow speeds, and you did more driving with your brake than you did with your accelerator, trying to hold speeds constant. But it was a good rally day.
Burdick may have won the battle, but Withers figures to win the war.
He's got to beat me. I beat him last year. He's got to beat me now. I mean, I'm the defending champion. I'm not going to give it up until he beats me.
Let him talk and we'll win.
Hey, you're kidding me. The rookies did 10 seconds.
2 rookies best the rest and pick up $2,000, winning Buick and MBNA rookie class.
To clean up on the day we come into Wilmington, on the eve of the 4th of July, in the one British car in the race, well, this puts the American Revolution right.
The rare 39 MG Roadster is one of only 60 built before the outbreak of war. The owner is rekindling an old relationship.
I had an MG 20 years ago, so 30 years ago. God, that was a long time ago. And then my wife got pregnant, and we had children, and they don't go. You can have MGs or children, but you can't have MGs and children. The car looks very much the way it was when I got it. It was restored in 1974. Most of the work that's been done since is out of sight. The engine has had a lot of work done to it. But now it's just perfect. It wasn't put away last winter, and it's just perfect. If you've got a car, there are only 2 kinds of people. You either polish it and look at it, or you get in it and you drive it. And this is the drive to end all drives.
Stage 4 runs from Wilmington, Delaware, through the U.S. Capitol to Stanton, Virginia. A scenic masterpiece featuring one of the most beautiful places on Earth, the Shenandoah Valley. Mother Nature gets into the game. The heavens open up, and the edge goes to the closed car. The 24 Ford Raceway was engineered for sprints, not marathons.
Most of these motors were made for racing and dirt tracks, and to live 500 miles was just heroic. We're trying to go 4,400 miles, and that's the real deal here, to see if we can do that with this and win.
Driver Dennis Varney, a member of the Bonneville 200-mile-per-hour club, is stepping up to the great race. His ride, a Model T with a twist.
This car is a 1924 Raceway body. It was a body that you could buy and put on your Model T back in the 20s, up until the late 20s. And for $100, you could buy this body, and you could take your body off your Model T and put this on and become a sports car. It's got a Dio front neck, dual overhead cam, 16-valve head on it that ran in India in 1924. The most fun about driving this car is just being out in the fresh air and having the excitement of just 2-wheel brakes, high and low gear, and that's it. And there's a lot of little things you got to hold on to, and you're always watching where you're going and seeing the scenery also, but it's just a lot of fun being out on an open road with an old car.
Burdick's Thurman Special takes championship and world class with 9 seconds.
Well, it was a fun day. It was a very hilly, crooked sort of day. So we were like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, and pouring down rain. And how we managed to score an 8 on that one piece of that leg, I'll never know.
Up next, the Bluegrass Hills of Kentucky. Stage 5 runs from Stanton to Lexington, Virginia, into Beckley and Charleston, West Virginia, and finishes in Ashland, Kentucky. Chick Clemp's 1916 Marmon Raceabout incorporates some outstanding early mechanical ingenuity.
Marmon won the first Indianapolis 500, and they was always noted for speed. This one in standard form would do 75 easily, the way it came from the factory, and that was really remarkable in 1916.
You know, it's a real ego booster. I mean, you drive this car, you feel like you're somebody. And when you stop at a gas station to put gas in it or whatever, somebody comes up and they just don't leave you alone. You know, what is that? What is that? Well, it's a air starter. And, you know, and I thank God that my dad is there to explain everything to him, because I'm just the driver.
In Buick Sportsman and MBNA rookie class, the 37 Studebaker Dictator conquers the Blue Ridge Mountains.
2 perfect legs a day. 2 Corral aces.
The boys from Toronto are getting a little cocky.
Ask me what I scored. An ace. Would you please convey the news to Mr. Stanfield for me?
Stage 6 runs through Kentucky Bluegrass, Moorhead, Lexington, Bowling Green, and a finish in Nashville, Tennessee.
Here it is, here it is. Left, down to 20, back up to 35. Go down to 35. To 1 hair below 25. Come on, come on, come on.
Becky Stanfield, daughter of Wayne, obviously inherited his competitive bent.
Go up to 54, 54, 54 now, 54, 54. That's the sign, down to 27 and a half, down to 27 and a half.
The Hispano Suiza was another car ahead of its time.
This is a 1928 Hispano Suiza. It's built in Paris, France. The company is famous for its World War I aviation engine, what was a V8. This engine is a 6-cylinder version of that V8. So it's very much an airplane engine that's been incorporated into known technology of automobiles. The handling is exceptionally good. The brakes are very, very positive. It's good to have a car that has brakes. Don't have to worry about stopping. There's a lot of power in this car.
Becky has lived 13 great races as a spectator. Now the Hispano is hers to command.
I'm doing this because it's a chance of a lifetime. My family's participated in this race since 1983. I've grown up with it. I started out with it when I was 9 years old. And it's just really an opportunity for me to get out there and finally do what my dad's been doing. My dad and I don't have any bets, but if I beat him, I don't know, maybe he'll have to get me a new car.
Put a fork in the crowd favorites, they may be done.
It was going along beautifully. The old front neck was just running super, and we came up the hill at long pull at about just cruising. And we pulled over here because it was the start of the next leg of the time section. And we kind of heard a little noise in the chain, so we stopped, went to tighten the chain, but the chain has jumped its timing. So that means that the cams are off. Possibly we can be back in the field. If not, it might be over.
Becky and Buck are in trouble too.
So I think the lower end of the second rod is gone, and if we're lucky that there isn't any damage inside, that with a little luck tonight we can fix it.
In championship, it's a Burdick 9, his 3rd win. Rookies Huff and Tritt do 2 in a row in Buick Sportsman and MBNA rookie class.
It's great. We wanted to do it. I told you yesterday when I talked to you we were going to get a 10 again, and we did it. That's 2 in a row. That's great.
Another type of competition rears its ugly head with the coming of nightfall. It's known as the night pit, where the race against time pits the mechanic against the machine.
There should be another one. The valves in it. Yeah, you have to.
Here, that's it. Whoa, whoa.
With time slipping away, the Hispano's crew burns the midnight oil. The initial diagnosis, a broken valve, proves incorrect. They've thrown a rod. Their only option now is to try running on 5 cylinders. Will the Hispano make Little Rock? We'll be back to find out. Stage 7 runs from Nashville through Jackson, stops for lunch in Dyersburg, and on to Jonesboro and Little Rock.
We got it all back together, but as we took off with it, there was a whole lot of vibration and it just would not run smooth at needed speed. And the engine in the car is worth over $20,000, so just the block alone, so it sure wasn't worth taking the car out and tearing it up.
Well, it's extremely disappointing. This is my 4th race, as you know, and I finished all the others, and, you know, we've done it no matter what, and I thought we could have done it no matter what with this time, but we just couldn't.
In the great race, instructions come quick and decisions must be made instantly. So communication is key. But who is really in charge?
I'm definitely in charge.
You make the most noise.
Hey, that's for sure. Only as long as the race is going on. When the race is over, I'm in charge.
I got reprimanded last evening for having an attitude.
But next time I'm going to pick somebody that can tell time and count past 10, eh?
I'm the boss. I'm the navigator. I direct them.
Just temporarily the boss.
For 15 whole days now.
You only have 7 days left, dear.
Elliot and Judy Wrights are college professors. Their 29 Ford dirt track racer has an engine that reckons a fabled brickyard name.
One of the things you can do in the great race is recreate a vehicle. And we tried to do it just like it could have been done in the late 20s there on board tracks or brick tracks or whatever they used. And the engine in the car is a 1931 engine, 32 maybe, Model B block. It's called a Miller. And Miller was the guru of racing at the Indy track for years and years. They call it the Miller Dynasty.
Building the racer was a formidable challenge. Convincing Judy to navigate was a snap.
Elliot, throughout our relationship, has talked me into a lot of things. And he's somehow, you know, he has these dreams, and they're wonderful. And he knows how to make a dream come true.
Rookies have 2 10-second days already.
The rookies from Sugar Valley score 25 seconds, run their winnings to $5,700, and become favorites to win a 1996 Buick Riviera in sportsman class. In championship class, Burdick and Bell score a 5 and are leading the $15,000 World Car competition.
It was a lot faster than yesterday, a lot more high speed, and we dialed in real well at 50, so that just worked fine.
As the sun sets on the first half of the race, only 7 cars have dropped out, a significant victory in the battle of attrition. Stage 8 runs through Hot Springs, Texarkana, Paris, Texas, and winds up at the West End in Dallas. The Texas heat has no pity. Haggerty Classic Insurance, a new face in championship division, wins with 10 seconds. Bryant Heating and Cooling rookies Giordano and Cape take MBNA rookie class. Rolling into his home territory, Ron Kraus likes his chances.
I don't want to jinx myself, but the car's been doing beautifully. We haven't been heating up, and if you can keep your car, running cool and dependable, and you can keep the speedo accurate, you're gonna do some damage in this race.
Ron Kraus's priceless and elegant 30 Packard Boat Tail Speedster is one of 8 in the world. Shouldn't it be spared the punishment of the great race?
Taking a great car out on the Great American Race is a contentious thing with a lot of people. A lot of the purists and the collectors think that we're taking a great car and destroying them. They just don't understand. I look at it this way. When I got the car initially, it was a basket case. It was a rust heap. It was just an assemblage of parts. And I made it what you see today. The chassis, all the running gear, and some of the body parts are exactly original. The fenders and all of that have been enhanced for the great race, but the originality of the car is there. It's in the roster of those of the great speedsters that are still alive. My favorite thing about my Packard is the engine. That great big Packard Super 8, which was a specially designed engine for the Speedster in 1930. I've been through that engine several times after having an opportunity of rebuilding it after each race, and it's just an awesome piece of machinery. I love my engine.
The run for the border is coming up. Stage 9 continues through Texas, from Dallas to Waxahachie, Austin, and a San Marcos finish.
Three, two, one, go.
The competition has yet to figure out which one's the kid in the Deuce Coupe.
And I've never seen so many young girls come up and ask for autographs in this car. Usually my other sons are older, this is a grandson, and I hear all the girls yelling, oh, I want that blonde boy, I want a photograph of you. And all these teeny boppers are about 12 or 15 or 20, I don't know.
He definitely does a little different. He races pretty hot roddy. That's just kind of the way he likes to have fun.
We try and stop as fast as we can. We feel we have more control. It's kind of fun in a way. I noticed that the navigator really gets into it too, and he's not nervous about it. Right here, stop, stop, stop. All right.
Usually I'm yelling at him not to crash. There's a car coming, don't crash, stop early.
Go, we'll be on the right list. 40, I told you 40 after the stop sign. Right. Why don't you just listen to me and go 40 instead of looking for the signs?
He loves to play with his toys, and just basically he's just like a kid.
Hello, Manny. How y'all doing? Welcome to Texas.
Each year, certain towns forever etch themselves in the racers' memories. Hospitality, enthusiasm, and civic pride make these brief stops an unforgettable experience. The Great Race legacy has found a home. The cars, moments of joy, heartbreak, and triumphs will be memorialized in a turn-of-the-century setting. The Great Race Automotive Hall of Fame, Granbury, Texas, where legends live forever. Coming into San Marcos, hometown hero Dick Burdick scores an 8 for his 5th win in 6 stages. The Texaco Stars, Ken and Shirley Eason, win Buick Sportsman Class. Stage 10 runs from San Marcos through SeaWorld in San Antonio on to Pleasanton and into the border town of Laredo. Don't be deceived, these cars aren't off course. The 37 Delahaye, a Grand Prix legend, is a long way from Le Mans. In the 30s, Delahaye was one of 4 marquis that established France as the premier race car builder. A father-son team, both surgeons from Kansas, have fielded the first Delahaye in the Great Race.
Well, this is a Delahaye Type 135 Grand Prix race car. My mother and I actually obtained this out of an auction, a furniture auction. The car just screams good looks, and like a beautiful woman, it has classic lines. It's a straight 6 engine, but it has 3 side draft carburetors. very light aluminum body with a very torquey, very powerful engine, and so it easily can spin out the rear end and get up to where it needs to go.
Most of all, it's a tremendous experience to be doing this with my son, and it's been at his urging, at his invitation. I haven't asked him, he's asked me, and for a son to ask a father to participate in something like this with him, I consider that almost the ultimate in a way of a fatherly compliment.
This is the ultimate father-son adventure. Dad as the navigator and me as the pilot. We're going to run this thing down to Mexico City.
The broken yellow line leads deeper into the Texas inferno. Reminiscent of 1991, the Currys are peaking at the right time, scoring 3 Corral aces for the day, breaking Burdick's stranglehold on first.
Right now, we're confident that the car is dialed in. You know, we've been working on it, and now we're getting to the point where it's working. We've found the combination that works.
Across the border looms the mystery of Mexico. Age 11 enters Mexico at Nuevo Laredo, runs through Monterrey, and finishes in Saltillo, Mexico.
Lunch stop was amazing. I mean, it was just unbelievable. They treated us like kings.
All troubles disappear. Mexican hospitality ensures an unforgettable experience.
The Mexican people down here in the reception we get, I've never seen more people in my entire life. They line the streets from miles and miles and miles outside of town.
Hotel 1930. Piloto John Cross, copiloto Earl Hammond.
They're all lining the streets. They were all clapping. They were all cheering. They were whistling. The truckers were honking their horns. It was amazing. It makes navigating pretty easy. You just follow the crowd.
The city really turned out big time for us here in Mexico, and boy, thumbs up to Mexico. This thing's great.
Friendliest people I've ever seen. Yeah. My granddaughter.
The crowds are phenomenal and the Currys are hot. Their 4-second score wins stage 11.
It's just fantastic. We haven't had this kind of reception anywhere we've been. You know, Canada, the U.S., anywhere.
Buick and MBNA class has a new winner. Pat Kelly and Bill Evans match the Currys in their Ford Model A Speedster.
We had an alternator go out on us. By the time we got pulled over and fixed the alternator on it, we didn't have enough voltage to get the car to run. We couldn't get fuel to it. It was kind of strange, though, to have Mexican police pull over and give us a push start with their police car. I have to appreciate that.
Stage 12 runs out of the desert, into the mountains, Saltillo through Matahuala to a San Luis Potosí finish. losing a tire on the dirt oval in Pennsylvania, the Dryden McDowell tastes victory with the championship run. San Luis Potosí to Mexico City via Jalpa. Instead of a direct route, the course traverses 3 mountain ranges. It's the mother of all rallies.
Today, it looks like it's going to be a lot of maneuvers. The key thing is going to be stay on course and keep track of each maneuver. I'm kind of like the Patriot missile, you know, and all those other guys are scuds. I'm out there to get them.
No mazes, just countless switchbacks at low speeds, up and down mountains, deep in the interior of Mexico. The first of 4 secret checkpoints arrive. The Curry Packard nails a 2, good enough to grab the lead from Burdick's Hudson, whose 7 drops it to 2nd. The Pennzoil Harley slips into 3rd with a 4. A 6 puts Graf's Packard in 4th, because the Jones boys may be done. A 23 drops them out of the top 5. Leg 2. An instruction baffles the Currys, resulting in a 12-second error. Graf and Gazan fire. A 0, a Carell ace, draws them even with the leader. Stanfield notches a 3. The Jones boys aren't done. They nail a 1. Burdick and Bell close the gap with a 6. And here comes Forsyth and Wilson with the best combined 2-leg score of 6 seconds. At lunch, the Pennzoil Harley takes a close lead over the Thurman Hudson, the Graf Packard, and the Curry Packard. The Jones boys are barely hanging on. How'd it go this morning?
Well, it rained on me. I lost about 5 instructions. I had to memorize them before they flew away, so I hope I did it right up to here.
Hey, Dick, how was the morning?
What a run. That was something else. 3 to 4 hours of just solid concentration.
Hey, how'd it go this morning?
I hope we did all right. There was a sign that nobody knows for sure, and I don't know if we went too soon or too late. We're not having any trouble climbing or going down that way. We're having trouble maintaining the correct speed. When you're going down, you worry you go too fast, and I think we were going too slow.
And the correct speed's a big part of it.
Well, that's the whole tamale.
The afternoon roads to Querétaro. It's here on leg 3 that the 3-time champs meet their end. A 55-second error all but eliminates Burdick and Bell. Ditto Stanfield. A valiant effort, but a 26-second error may be too much to overcome. 2 cars are left to set the pace. It's a classic Packard clash. Graf and Gazan hold a tenuous 1-second lead over the Currys. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, Querétaro. We have come to the end of the championship run. Today's 280 miles caps off 14 days of putting the pedal to the metal and keeping an eye on the clock. This is where the great racers lay claim to the $250,000 prize money. There is, however, one catch, and that is, in order to collect, they need to reach the finish line in Mexico City. That is where we're headed as the Great North American Race rolls on. The Interstate Batteries Great North American Race is brought to you by Interstate Batteries, fresh power guaranteed. By Buick and your local dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America. By Carell, the world leader in graphics and CD-ROM technology. And by the Great Race Automotive Hall of Fame, Granbury, Texas, where legends live forever. For some, the goal is merely to finish the 4,500-mile trek from Ottawa, Canada. For others, it's a chance to spend some time with a loved one, discovering not only other parts of the continent, but maybe a little bit about themselves. And all of that being said, there are still a few others who know that you don't enter a race to finish second. In Buick Sportsman Division, an 8-year chase finally pays off. Gab and Ivana Joyner take home a 1996 Buick Riviera plus $4,000.
This is 8 years out for us, and we have won a little bit of money, but this is the most exciting thing that has ever happened.
Coming back from a DNF in '93, Trout and Simmons are second and earn $14,000. G.R. Pike and Bobby Hapsky take third and win $5,000. Norham Energy's Dick and Brad Nelson are fourth, and rookies Stolzenberg and Foley are good enough to take fifth from the vets, but more importantly, they capture the MBNA Rookie Crown, and $7,000. The Corral Ace competition goes to Frank and John Curry with 9 perfect legs. The Featherlight Best of Show race car goes to John Bakey's Curvaceous Delahaye. Ron Krause's 30 Packard and Gail Alger's 30 Olds share Featherlight Best of Show classic car. The Great North American City Awards go to San Marcos, Texas for Best Overnight, Dyersburg, Tennessee for Best Lunch, and Paris, Texas for Best Pit Stop. And now the championship class results. Burdick and Bell blew the finish, but still totaled $22,000 in take-home pay for their early successes. Hollinsworth and Jones, 33 Dodge, takes 5th. Forsyth and Wilson finished strong for 4th. Sharp and Liposack manhandle the oldest car into 3rd, winning $10,000. The Curry's Leg 2 flaw is the difference, but they still capture 2nd place and take home $23,000. Graff and Gazan 16 Packard wins it all, $55,000.
Everything was precise and crisp, and Bruce is so methodical at everything he does. I keep looking for doubt on my side of the wheel. I feel a little dizzy, but I feel great.
After 13 years and 5 different machines, the first entrant in the first ever great race finds the winner's circle.
I'm here with wonderful friends that I've had forever. 13 years worth of cultivating these friends is wonderful.
As we draw to a close on the greatest great race yet, we head for home with a wealth of memories. A personal favorite, the thousands of smiling faces along the way. For the great racers, it may have been the accomplishment of a lifetime, pushing themselves and their old cars to the limit. Hopefully you'll join us for next year's race. If not out on the open road, then here on ESPN. On behalf of the entire cast and crew of the 1995 Great North American Race, I'm Bill Seward. Thanks for watching.